Socrates vs. Aristotle. Who was right? We can't answer that question without looking at the differences between them, but also what they had in common. Both of these men were born in ancient Greece, and both of them were philosophers. But their ideas about the world and how we should live are very different. In this episode, we will look into some of their ideas to understand how they are similar and how they are different. And maybe, just maybe, we can find out who is right. Welcome to this channel, dedicated to the pursuit of wisdom and enlightenment through philosophy. Join us as we explore the depths of Socrates' teachings and the legacy he left behind. Both Aristotle and Socrates were ancient Greek philosophers, but they lived in different times and had different approaches to philosophy. Socrates was born in Athens around 470 BC and died there in 399 BC. He was a soldier and a storyteller who became one of the most influential philosophers in history. His main contributions are ethics, epistemology, and metaphysics. Socrates didn't write anything down himself, so what we know about him comes from his students, especially Plato. Aristotle, on the other hand, was born in Stagira, a small village in northern Greece, in 384 BC. He was tutored by Plato for several years, but later became a philosopher at the Lyceum in Athens. He wrote extensively on a wide range of topics, including logic, physics, metaphysics, ethics, and politics. Now let's compare them. Socrates believed that virtue and happiness were the same thing and that the unexamined life was not worth living. He used a method called the Socratic method to help people examine their beliefs and search for truth. This method is still used today in classrooms and debates. Aristotle, on the other hand, thought that happiness was the ultimate goal of human life, but he also thought that it wasn't something you could just find by asking questions. Instead, he thought you needed to develop good habits and a virtuous character to achieve happiness. When it comes to ethics, Socrates believed that everyone should strive to be as virtuous as possible, and that virtue is knowledge. He thought that if you knew what was right, you would do it. Aristotle agreed that being virtuous was important, but he thought that it was more complicated than that. He developed a system of ethics based on the golden mean, which says that the right amount of any virtue is the middle ground between two extremes. For example, courage is the mean between cowardice and recklessness. Both Socrates and Aristotle had a big impact on Western philosophy. Socrates was one of the first people to think about abstract ideas and to use reason to understand the world. He also showed that philosophy could be more than just a way to understand the world. It could also be a way to make your life better. Aristotle built on Socrates' ideas and made original contributions to many areas of philosophy. He was also one of the first people to use logic to support their arguments. However, there are some ways in which Socrates and Aristotle's ideas are different. Socrates was more interested in ethics and how to live a good life, while Aristotle was more interested in understanding the world around us. Socrates also used the Socratic method to challenge people's beliefs and get them to think critically, while Aristotle was more willing to accept certain beliefs and work within those boundaries. Despite their differences, though, both philosophers had a huge impact on Western thought, and their ideas are still relevant today. Socrates was eventually put to death by the Athenian government because they thought he was corrupting the youth. But his ideas survived and influenced people like Plato and Aristotle. Aristotle, meanwhile, went on to become one of the most prolific writers on philosophy, and his works covered everything from logic to ethics to politics. His idea of the golden mean is still used as a way to teach people how to be more virtuous. So who was right, Socrates or Aristotle? In some ways, they were both right. They both had valuable insights to offer, and their ideas have stood the test of time. Ultimately, though, you'll have to decide for yourself which philosopher you agree with more. I believe that studying the lives and ideas of these great thinkers can help us to become better people and to make the world a better place. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to share and subscribe. As we continue our exploration of ancient philosophy, join us in our upcoming episodes where we'll continue to unravel the mysteries of the past and bring you closer to the wisdom of the ancients. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking questions.